Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Proven User Conference. My name is Taylor Carmichael, and I am one of the software trainers here with Can-Am Systems. In today's production track, which is being sponsored by Invisitag, we will be discussing the power of integrating your Xactware account with Proven Job Management. This integration provides you with the ability to link your Xactanalysis assignments to jobs within Proven Job Management, which in turn allows for a two-way syncing capability of notes, photos, documents, and dates. This also serves as the predecessor if you plan to later integrate with Contractor Connection Job Track. In order to link to job track and sync milestones, you must have the Xactware ID linked to your Proven Job Management job. For estimates, we do offer the ability to integrate with both Xactimate 28 Online or the newest version of X1 to integrate with Proven Job Management. This will allow you to import your estimate, which in turn will create work orders by category to define the estimated revenue and cost to help and assist budget your project. Just a couple housekeeping items before we get started. All attendees have been muted during today's session to cut down on any background noise or interference with another user's experience. We also recommend that all attendees turn off their web cameras to cut down on distractions. This session's recording will be made available via your company's assigned Dropbox account, and it will also be uploaded to the PSA help library. Questions can be entered in within the Zoom chat box at any time during the session, and I will review those questions at the end of the session. If we happen to run out of time and your question is not addressed during this specific session, there will be an FAQ guide that will be sent out once the conference concludes that contains all questions and answers asked during the duration of the conference span. Thank you again for joining us today. I hope you enjoy this production track. On today's agenda, we will be reviewing the following topics together: the third-party vendor exchange and Xactanalysis setup, linking an Xactanalysis assignment to a job within Proven Job Management. We will review information that syncs back and forth between PJM and Xactanalysis. I will show you how to prepare your Xactimate account prior to estimate export. I will show you how to import your Xactimate estimates to automatically create your work orders by category. And lastly, we will discuss future development enhancements for linking multiple Xactware IDs concurrently with one another. The very first item that must be taken care of prior to exporting from Xactanalysis or Xactimate is a request must be submitted to the Xactware eService Center to enable the third-party vendor exchange. For new clients, this is something that Can-Am System does on your behalf to enable the link. But if you're unsure if your database is connected to the third-party vendor exchange to enable exact exports, please email support@canamsys.com and we will be happy to assist you with this information. Also, within Xactanalysis, we must make the selection for either an automated or manual export, which I'll show you how to do here in just a moment. And within Xactimate, we must go through each carrier profile that participates in the third-party vendor exchange and select the checkbox selector for Show in List next to Proven Solutions, which we will talk more about here in just a little bit. Within Xactanalysis, Administration, Company Setup and Exports, now that you are connected to the vendor exchange, you will see an option for Proven Solutions, and you need to decide on the best exporting option for your company, whether that is a manual export or an automatic export. If you opt for a manual export within each assignment in the Select an Action drop-down menu, you will manually have to select an option that reads Export to Company Proven Solutions. Or, if you choose the automatic version, once a new assignment is received, it will automatically export to Proven Job Management, in which you can either link it to a job or create a job based upon the software reading the assignment details. Now, let's navigate into Proven Job Management and link an assignment that has been exported from Xactanalysis. I'm going to click on my integration menu and Xactware. And now I'm going to search for my exact analysis assignment. Here is the assignment that I want to link for Roman Aquino, and we can see we are currently in our unlinked menu toggle over here on the left. I'm going to select my blue import button. From here, you have the ability to define if you want to create a job or customer based upon the assignment details, or you have the ability to attach it to an existing customer if you already have a job created in Proven Job Management. In this example, let's just say I just received this assignment through an automatic export, and I don't have a job in Proven Job Management just yet. It's too early in the process. I'm going to opt to create a new job and customer. So by selecting these radio buttons here, I'm going to leave those on the create. And now we need to enter in our job type. I'm going to enter in a job type of emergency. If you have multiple locations, select your location from this drop-down list. And then you're referred by. How did you receive this job? And then you can also further define it by the referral company. This information will save to your job info tab and your relationships tab as well. This checkbox selector is for if an estimate has been created in the assignment shell, which will be denoted with a prefix of the letter A in Xactimate. If an estimate is available, of course, it will import those corresponding work order line items. Now in this specific example, just because I just received this assignment today, it is too early in the process to have an estimate created within Xactimate. So I can leave this selected as checked, but no work orders will import, or you can certainly deselect it as well and select save. Again, this option here is looking back to Xactimate if you have an estimate within the assignment shell that is typically denoted by the prefix of an A in front of the status. So once we are ready, we are now going to select Save to link this exact analysis assignment to our job. Now let's transition and click on our Linked tab, and let's search for that specific job. Here we have Roman. We have our corresponding exact transaction ID, and now I'm going to select Edit to go into that job. From our Job Info tab, we can see our corresponding exact analysis ID down here at the bottom in gray text. This lets me know that an Xactware ID has been linked to this job. Now that the assignment has been linked, if your role securities allow you the ability to do so, you can sync Proven Job Management log notes to Xactanalysis, and vice versa. What you enter into Xactanalysis will also sync back into Proven Job Management. So if I wanted to send a log note to Xactanalysis, let's navigate to our Notes tab. And now I'm going to click on the plus create button here. I'm going to search for my specific topic, and I'm going to enter in my subject. I'm going to enter in the body of the note. Once our note has been entered, you can select your Save button here. By default, each log note that is created within Proven Job Management does automatically come with a visibility status of private, meaning only internal team members can see this specific log note. However, if I do want to send this log note to Xactanalysis to then be available on the Notes tab as a new XA note, I can change my visibility status from private to public. And to do so, I'm going to click my left checkbox selector, and then I'm going to click this blue button of Make Public. Again, this is a role security that you can either grant access or remove access to the applicable team members. So here, I'm going to select Make Public. I just received confirmation. Are you sure you want to mark selected notes as public? Yes. And now we can see that our visibility status has just changed from private to public. The same concept holds true for images and documents. So now let's navigate to our Attachments tab. By default, I am entering in the thumbnail view, but we need to switch our view to list view. So I'm going to go ahead and click this list view button because I want to see my checkbox selectors for my images and also my document. So from here, we will select the specific images or documents that we want to sync to Xactanalysis. So I do have a select all button up here. So I am going to select all, and then I'm just going to remove the 2 empty folders just so I have my photos and my certificate of satisfaction selected. You can see by default these were entered into the system as private, but we're going to change that visibility status from private to public by selecting this blue button icon up here at the top. I just received notification that these selected files were made public successfully, and you can also see that over here on the right hand side as well. For the sync of Xactanalysis dates, these must be set up within your company settings. So let's hover over Settings, Company Settings, Jobs. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on Edit Date Types. I'm going to filter by my Xactanalysis stage so we can see each one that I have linked together here. The left description side is the PJM date, and the Xactanalysis stage column is where you define the corresponding Xactanalysis date that matches the PJM description. The Send to Xactanalysis option is essentially turning on a two-way sync of dates. If left unchecked how it currently stands, only dates from Xactanalysis will pre-fill the dates within PJM on the Dates tab of your applicable linked job. Or, if you opt to turn that feature on, you will now have the ability to enter a date within the PJM job and then have that date sync back into Xactanalysis. So in this example here, our proven job management date is defined as the estimated start date, and the corresponding Xactanalysis date is referred to as the target start date. So right now, I only have a one-way sync because I do not have this checkbox selected, meaning in Xactanalysis, when a target start date is entered, that will sync back into my linked job in PJM, and it will enter the estimated start date on my Dates tab. However, if I select Edit in our Action column, I'm going to choose the checkbox selector for Send to Xactanalysis, and now I'm going to select Save. Now we can see a faint gray checkbox here on the right, and what this is saying now, in Proven Job Management, if I enter in an estimated start date on a linked job and I select Save, that will then sync to Xactanalysis and pre-fill the target start date because I just enabled a two-way sync of dates by selecting my Send to Xactanalysis option. Now that we have discussed the Xactanalysis setup and data sync, let's transition our focus to Xactimate. Again, PJM has the ability to integrate with both Xactimate 28 Online and X1. There are a couple initial setup action items that only need to be done once before your very first estimate export. I'm going to show you examples using Xactimate 28 Online, but if you are an X1 user and need assistance with this, the interface of X1 is a little bit different than what I'm showing today, so please feel free to reach out to support@canmsys.com and we will be happy to help walk you through that process. So the first step within Xactimate is to enable the export of estimates. Again, this is a one-time setup. So we will take a peek at our control center here, as you see on my screen, and then we are going to select the Preferences subtab. It is suggested to change the user from your login to all users. So the changes you make to the control center preferences will be for all user accounts and not just yours. When you are going through this process, you will notice some carrier profiles, such as Contractor Connection, that do not have the Proven Solutions option for Show and List. And that simply means that they do not participate in the third-party vendor exchange. If you come across one of those examples, you can simply duplicate the estimate into the contractor or carrier profile in order to have the ability to export the estimate to Proven Job Management. Once this one-time setup has been completed and all profiles have been gone through to select the Proven Solutions Show and List button, we are now ready to export an estimate. So once we are in our Xactimate account, I'm going to double click on my project to open it. I want to bring your attention to the status. The status must be in progress in order to be able to export your estimate. If you notice an A as a prefix, this is letting me know that this is an estimate that is created in the assignment shell, meaning the Xactware ID matches my Xactanalysis assignment as well. However, this estimate was duplicated into a contractor profile, so I'm not operating within my assignment shell currently. As you can see, the status is just in progress. So I'm going to double click on my project. And because we have the third-party vendor exchange enabled, I can see a small V icon for vendor in my upper left-hand corner. I'm going to click that icon. And this option right here, it says Proven Solutions with a plus sign. This was the reasoning we went through each carrier profile to select the option for Proven Solutions Show and List. This is the importance of that one-time setup to ensure that we have this option whenever we come time to export. I'm going to click on my plus icon. At this point in the process, I actually never need to enter in any details. I can simply just select Send. As you can see, I have exported this quite a few times just for training purposes, but now I'm going to click on my red X icon and then I'm selecting Save and Exit. I am now going to click Connect in my lower right hand corner. And I just received confirmation that the send/receive has been complete, and I'm going to select Done. And you will notice in your communication center down here, you will see your sent items jump. That is letting you know that the estimate has been successfully exported from Xactimate into Proven Job Management. So now let's transition into Proven Job Management, and I will show you how to import that estimate. Within PageAM, I'm going to go to my Integration Xactware tab. And this is where we need to set up the link that serves as the bridge between Exact and PageAM. I'm going to filter by my client name. And here I can see my NoxCarm estimate that is ready to be linked to a Proven Job Management job. I'm going to select Import. And I'm going to select Attach to Existing because I want to attach this Xactimate estimate and import those work orders to a job that I already have created within my database. So let me search for my job. I have some additional checkbox selectors down here at the bottom to replace lost description, import exact notes, link to contractor connection. These are all Xactanalysis specific. So at this point in the process, I'm simply linking my Xactimate estimate. So these checkbox selectors are really null and void since I am simply just bringing in my Xactimate estimate only. Again, the first three are specifically for an Xactanalysis assignment. I'm going to leave my checkbox selector for Import Xactimate Estimate. And I also want to bring your attention over here to the right. We have our client details. And specifically my estimate name. This is very important for later. If you are going to be uploading a supplemental estimate, you want to make sure that you are operating in the linked estimate name. Once I'm ready to import those work orders, let's select Save. I just received confirmation in my blue banner across the top. Assignment and Xactimate estimate successfully imported. So let's go into our job and let's take a look at what this looks like. Here in my upper right-hand corner is my last active job, so I'm going to use that hyperlink to serve as a quick access to get into my job. On my Job Info tab, I can see underneath my Xactanalysis label that this estimate has been linked, and here's my corresponding transaction ID. I can see my project number, Knox_Carm. Again, this is important for later for uploading supplemental estimates to ensure that you're operating in that same project number or estimate name. And also I can see my estimated revenue of $129,000. I know this estimated revenue is generated based upon my specific work orders. So when I hover over my jobs menu, I'm going to select work orders so we can take a peek at how these uploaded by category as defined within your Xactimate estimate. Here I can see all of my work orders that imported specifically from each Xactimate estimate category that I created within my estimate. I can see my estimated revenue down here at the bottom and my estimated cost if I intend to make an 18% margin on this specific job. As you can see in work order 1508, the category is for overhead, and users have the ability to choose how they want their estimate to import overhead and profit and taxes. So let's navigate to Settings, Company Settings, Integration, and I'm going to scroll down to Xactimate. And here we have a couple different options for overhead and profit, material taxes, and any special taxes that we might have as well. So within our dropdown, the By Estimate option, this will create a separate work order containing just the overhead and profit for the entire estimate, as we just saw on our Knox_Carm job. The By Category option, this will add overhead and profit or taxes within each work order as a new line item detail. Or by item, this will be calculated into the line item itself, or of course we have an option for do not import if you prefer not to import your overhead and profit or taxes. So let me go back into my job. Again, later on, if I need to revise an estimate for supplemental purposes, ensure you're operating within that same project number. You will export the estimate following the same steps we did today, but now, because the link has already been made, I no longer have to go to my Integration Xactor tab. That is where I created the link. That's where I made the bridge gap between Xactimate and PJM. When I export my supplemental estimate, I can now simply just go into my Xactimate tab. And from my Xactimate screen, I can now select one of 3 action items for my revised estimate. The Replace action item, this option will take all existing work orders that are already existing on your job file and replace them with new information of the new exported work orders. Now, please remember, if you have closed or scheduled work orders pre-existing on your job, if you select Replace, the system will keep the scheduled and closed work orders and will delete all other work orders and create new work orders based upon the imported estimate. The Update option is best to be utilized if you already have an estimate on your job within PJM, and you go back into Xactimate, you make a few changes, a few small changes to line items within the estimate. The action of update will look for those changed line item details from the new estimate that we just exported and update the information within the existing PJM work orders. And my favorite is the Append New. We recommend to use this option anytime you add a change order or supplement to an estimate within Xactimate. This will import your new work orders and keep your existing work orders intact. Now, where this can get a little bit tricky is if you have an exact analysis assignment and an Xactimate estimate that both need to be linked concurrently of one another. If estimates are created in the assignment shell that is utilizing the same Xactor ID, in which you will be able to easily import those work orders. However, if you already have an exact analysis assignment linked and you are not operating within that assignment shell, then you are essentially operating within a different Xactor ID for estimate purposes. As it stands today, you cannot link two different Xactware IDs to a singular job file within Proven Job Management. If you do indeed need to have an exact analysis assignment linked that has one Xactware ID, and then you have to duplicate an estimate within Xactimate, which essentially then creates a different Xactware ID, and you do need to link those two different Xactware IDs to a singular job file, there is a unlinking and relinking process to accomplish that task. It is in our development queue for a future release to allow the ability to link multiple Xactware IDs to a singular job file within Proven Job Management. This future release will allow users the ability to link exact analysis assignments and those duplicated Xactimate estimates concurrently of one another without having to complete the current unlinking and relinking process. I hope you each found this Xactware session helpful. In a brief recap, today I showed you how to set up both Exact Analysis and Xactimate. I have shown you how to link an assignment to a Proven Job Management job, and also how to export an estimate from Xactimate 28 online. I am now going to open the floor for any questions that you might have. If you have any questions, please enter them in to the Zoom chat box below. Thank you.